All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Minnesota Vikings in today's video. I'll keep it a buck with you guys. The Vikings have a difficult schedule on paper, and they've got a rookie QB who, OTAs aside, good or bad, I don't know if he's going to be a day one starter, right? The Minnesota Vikings have said they're okay with starting JJ McCarthy. They're down with it. They're good with it, but they're very adamant. They're very cautious about throwing JJ in there too early. So people are thinking to themselves, all right, on paper, the Minnesota Vikings have a top 5 strength of schedule, and you've got Sam Darnold. And Sam Darnold, career backup, pretty much, or last couple of years backup quarterback. Minnesota's probably going to win, 4 football games, 5 football games, 6 football games if they're lucky. And I'm thinking to myself, there's no way on earth the Minnesota Vikings win 5 games this upcoming season. There's no way on earth, folks. I get it. You lost key pieces. You lost Captain Kirk Cousins. You lost Danielle Hunter. But more importantly, you got 2 huge pieces. You got your franchise hopeful quarterback in JJ McCarthy, who I fully believe is going to be their franchise QB. And then you got Dallas Turner, who fell all the way to the later stage of the first round. Minnesota, their first 2 picks improved their future so much. And just in general, their future got better once they unloaded Kirk Cousins, or they decided to not re-sign him. But we're going to talk about Minnesota and why they're better than people think in today's video. But before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Vikings fans, I appreciate you guys showing so much love to a cheesehead. If we could try and get this video to 500 likes, it would mean the absolute world to me. The offseason is completely dead. But here we are. All right, one quick comment, one quick note. Sam Darnold was drafted by the New York Jets. So, yeah, it didn't work out. But when he went to Carolina and he finished their season 2 years ago, he looked pretty damn good to me. And he looked good with San Francisco last season. Quarterbacks are interesting. QBs, or I should say coaches across the league, love Sam Darnold. They just absolutely love him. But I just want to say Sam Darnold's 26 years old. And let's just, once again, we're playing devil's advocate here. Let's just say the Minnesota Vikings play Sam Darnold for all 17 games this upcoming season. I still don't think they don't win 7 football games. I look at this defense, but more importantly, I've got Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, a great, solid, consistent, reliable offensive line. And I've got Aaron Jones now and Ty Chandler right behind him. There's way too many weapons offensively for them to win like 4 football games. Defensively, I think a lot of people across the league are getting wrong with the Minnesota Vikings because they lost Danielle Hunter and they lost a couple of aging pieces because you got rid of Kirk. You got rid of Kirk, so you got to recalibrate. This is, in my opinion, kind of a retweak, a retool type of season for Vikings because, once again, you've got so much talent. But even though that they lost guys like Danielle Hunter on the defensive side of things, I have no reason to believe they didn't improve defensively. All right, first off, Brian Flores had a really good first year as the defensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings. So most importantly, Brian Flores is coming back for year 2 being defense coordinator. So that in and of itself should improve your defense. Once again, the Minnesota Vikings defense was not that bad. I know they gave up 3 straight 30-point games, almost 4 in the final month of the regular season, but they had no quarterback. They never had the damn ball. So defensively, as a unit, they finished, as far as opponent scoring goes, 13th in the NFL. So you picked up guys like Jerry Tillery, Jonathan Greenard, Blake Cashman, Andrew Van Ginkel, Shaq Griffin. Right there alone, your defense improved. All right, I get it. You lost Daniel. You lost other defensive starters. Your defense just improved. Maybe it's not going to be right away year 1, but your defense just improved for the long term, like the next 3 years. Your defense just got better. And then we're going to trickle in a Dallas Turner acquisition in the first round. So I want to move back to the offense really quickly. So JJ McCarthy, very young kid, right? 21 years old. He just turned 21 too. JJ McCarthy is NFL ready before the draft, but now all of a sudden he's not NFL ready. We're seeing reports of JJ McCarthy says he's been struggling with ball security with the Vikings and the coaching staff has given him an earful about it. And then you read another report within the same time frame that says JJ McCarthy has blown away the coaches in these practices. It's OTAs, and it's just OTAs. JJ, in my opinion, probably will not start week 1. He'll probably be thrown into the mix after the first month of the season when Minnesota's sitting at 2-2, 1-3. Even 2-2, why would you, decide to start JJ then? Anyways, neither here nor there. JJ McCarthy, long-term QB. You got cheaper, you got more athletic, you got way younger, you got way less expensive. What a lot of people don't realize what the Minnesota Vikings is how much cap space they have projected coming into them in 2025. And you need it because you're about to give Justin Jefferson a freaking historic contract. But, we're in that day and age where every new offseason, every new positional group's getting, a historic non-quarterback contract number. But Justin Jefferson's a dude, you pay that. So J.J. McCarthy didn't throw too much for Michigan on their way to the national championship this past season. He averaged just 22.1 attempts per game. That was all the way down to 94th amongst FBS quarterbacks. But when he did throw, he completed just about 68% of his passes when pressured in 2023. That was among the best in FBS quarterbacks. His QBR of 52 when pressured ranked 8th in the entire college football world. Meanwhile, he threw interceptions on only 1.2% of his passes. That was the 8th lowest in college football. And he was really good in kind of middle range throws, i.e. Hawkinson, Addison, Justin Jefferson. If you're keeping him upright, and even with the pressure statistic, even if you're not keeping JJ McCarthy upright, he's going to get the ball out, and he's going to get the ball out to the right spot. His QBR of 98 on passes of 10 plus air yards last season was second most in college football. Here's a quote from your GM. Emotional intelligence is a superpower. I think it's well documented. Meditation, all the things he does, he uses that superpower to create really lasting bonds. When you watch him around his teammates, I would just describe it as a love in passing. You see it. JJ McCarthy's future is very bright. And I don't care if it's week 1. I don't care if it's week 5. I don't care if it's week 1 of 2025. He's going to get the job done, and you just got your franchise quarterback, and that's the most important thing that you did this offseason. But then it doesn't end just there. In the later stage of the first round, at pick number 17, you decide to draft Dallas Turner out of Alabama, who is highly sought after as the best edge rusher in the draft. So you really lucked out with the way the draft board fell. Just offense, 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 offense. The Dallas Turner, the best edge rusher in the draft class, fell all the way to pick 17. You got rid of 4 starters. You signed 3 new guys. Versatility, very important in Brian Flores' scheme. Dallas Turner was told to start rushing the passer as soon as he gets off the plane. 247 pounds. He was the only front 7 defensive player at the NFL Combine who ran a 40-yard dash in under 4.5 seconds. He had a 4.46, and he had vertical jump of 40.5. So, dude's a freak of nature. I mean, he's a freak of nature. So you just got 2 blue chip pieces in the first round of the draft, and technically neither of them were, I guess, inside the top 10, but you get it. Whatever. We're not going to talk about that. You get it. You get the freaking point. That's all I got for today. So hit that like button, hit that sub button, but more importantly, give me a win projection total for the Minnesota Vikings next year down below.